How are you? How are you feeling? And really, what is your state of mind right now?
How am I feeling? Right now, I feel okay. In comparison to what I felt a few months back, today is a better day. I'm a little tired, but I'm here, and that is what I'm trying to focus on. So I'm doing all right.
Well, I'm really glad you're doing all right. I'm glad that today is a better day than other days. If you can share, please let us know where you are and kind of what you do where you are.
I actually am in Shanghai, China, and I've lived here for the last almost 4 years in December. I am an educator of the arts. I teach drama to junior high and high school students at the French school, no less, which is quite interesting. I don't speak a lick of French, just maybe a little bonjour and a oui baguette, but that's pretty much it. I really enjoy teaching, and I love my students. They're amazing. They're full of life, and they really make me laugh every day.
I love the fact that you included the baguette because, if you don't have that, then what exactly do you have as far as, French words? But I did not realize that it's been 4 years because it's been 4 years since I've been here in Arizona. And I remember you being here when I got here, but I didn't realize you probably left the same year that I got to Arizona. So that's kind of a little interesting parallel. That I didn't even know before today. So thank you for sharing that. And, so my next question, which is the main crux of the interview, is how has COVID-19 really affected you, like your job, social life, mental state, anything that you feel free to share?
Wow, that is kind of crazy to think like 4 years ago you got to Arizona. So I'm assuming that it was probably at the beginning of the year. But I do remember you being at my going away party, which I definitely appreciate you being there and supporting. But yeah, I think that's so crazy. For me, it's affected me in, I guess, many different ways. Like, positively for sure, which I know people will probably like, what? Because I feel like a lot of times people have struggled a lot, and I personally have struggled a lot also. So it hasn't always been positive. I think I definitely was affected mostly by my mental health because during the time when it all started, being in the place where it all started, I was alone and I live alone. So I have friends here, but they're all at their own apartments. So I had to be able to be sure to like stay connected with them, through texting and video chat or whatever I could do because we couldn't really get to each other. And I think positively, it helped me to look at how the world is and be able to just kind of stop and take a look at life and really appreciate being here, because so many people were affected way worse than I was. I actually created my own Corona Chronicles series, and I just went over different things about how I was affected, and I just tried to inform people and let them know that I was okay, because I know a lot of people were worried about me, and now I'm worried about a lot of people back home. So it was an interesting thing to experience, to like be a part of history that's being made. So there were good days and there were bad days, but I think overall the situation and it happening has been very eye-opening for me, because I feel like there were more positives than negatives to come out of the situation.
Yeah, I got here in Arizona in April, and then, May I came, and then I officially moved in April. I started working in April 19th of 2016. So yeah, it's a crazy parallel. I was, almost honored to be invited to your going away party. I was brand new here. I was less than a year, and I was kind of like, oh man, like I was still trying to build a group of people that I knew and a group of people that, wanted to be friends with me and accepted me into their circle. And I've often said that, like, the people that I knew here, like, they were all like the stars of the series. And I was just like a late addition to the cast. Like, I was one of those guys that, oh yeah, came in for an episode, everyone kind of liked, so we brought him back and had him join the cast type situation. So I might edit that out, but that's just a little fun tidbit that I've always said. But the real interesting thing is that the conversations that I've had about COVID, the common thread is, yes, we all know that there are a lot of negative things that have come out of COVID. A lot. There's also a lot of positives that have come with it. A lot of us have found ways to still push through and to still find the positive things that have happened. So I think that says a lot about human beings. Like, we will persevere. We will try to find our way through. And then secondly, in a lot of negative situations, there are some good things that do happen. I will absolutely be putting a link to your chronicles, because that was amazing and I've watched all of the episodes. I'm really happy to see that you did have a support system and you stayed in touch with that support system. I feel like that is absolutely, even now, it's extremely important. One of my cousins lives in Texas and he is single. He lives by himself and he's been working remotely, so he's been home for a while. So it's really been nice to be on the family meetings with him every Sunday. And that's something that we weren't doing pre-COVID. So it's one of those things where, I don't want to say the triumph of the human spirit, but it kind of feels like that's what it is. And I'm really glad that you did have family, friends, people that you can keep in touch with where you are to help you get through this. So what is one thing you've done that you did not think you'd be able to do during COVID, or something that you've always wanted to do that you now have had the time?
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love the fact that you compared us to a sitcom and being a cast. Like, that just makes my theatrical film person heart flutter, because it's so true. Like, I think I think it's a great example as to like how we are as a group of friends, and just I think it's amazing. And I loved episode 1 that you did, because I'm actually working on a piece right now where it's me as a reflection of myself and conversation or whatever. A little bit different in the way it's filmed, but I just was like, oh, that's Robb. It was great. It was really good. I appreciate the plug. Thank you. Yes, I have 3 episodes of the Chrono Chronicles and even bloopers, because there was a lot of mistakes, and that's that happens. And one of the things that I did while being in this situation was I started Creative Start Productions, and it's actually a black owned, because I'm black, independent production company, and I just want to be able to provide jobs and things for people to be able to do here in China, mostly like people of color, because you don't really see them in a lot of productions, and that's okay, it's fine. But I just wanted to be able to be of service for that, for people, because I also want to be able to act in things. This vision of what my friend referred to as, you're building an empire, and I was like, whew, no pressure at all. But I just love the way she said it, and I'm like, you know what, she's right, and I'm going with it. Literally, January of this year, I was like, all right, you just need to pull the plug, you just need to do it. And then I pulled the plug and I did it, and then Rona happened. And I was like, whoa, okay, so actually this is kind of an okay thing. I think the only thing that sucked about it was I had just filmed with other people, and I had to stop because we all had to separate. So that was where the Chrono Chronicles came to play, because I needed something else to put on the channel, or my network, as I'd like to call it. So I used that to help fill the channel and to, keep bringing people to channel to see what it's about. I do, though, want to be able to produce more things for other actors, which after here, when it was done, said and done, I was able to find a couple more actors, you know, pay them to be in a couple of the sketches that we had. And yeah, it was great. And my friend and I, Clem, he is the main writer of the company, basically. We sit down and write together, and you know, we produce these sketches. Him and I are the ones who are doing most of it now. So coming into fall, we are going to be writing more things. We actually have, the main idea really was based off of a web series called Stumble. So we are in pre-production for that. So we're writing that right now, and yeah, hopefully the plan is to start production and, you know, post-production next year in 2021. So yeah, Creative Start Productions has been my baby that I've been trying to help grow and find all the proper things that I need to find to be able to keep moving forward. You know, finding the funding, that has been very difficult, because everything that I do right now with actors who are, on my channel, I pay them out of my own pocket. And I'm okay with that, you know, because I value people and their time, and I really feel it's important to pay people for, you know, working. So yeah, I have to say that that's been one of the major things that has come from this situation. I can't necessarily say that if it hadn't happened that it wouldn't happen, but I'll never know. You know, I'll honestly never know. And technically, it started before. So I think that it's kind of like up in the air, because it started before, but the time that having this situation, you know, allowed me to be able to focus more on it. And I even still had to work, you know, but I taught online, and I still had more time at home. So who knows? It's something that I think I'll never know. But I'm grateful, you know, to be able to have had the situation, to be able to move forward with it. Yeah, definitely. Also, I totally agree with you when you said that this situation has brought, like, you know, family and friends closer together, because my family, they talk to me every now and then, you know, but I feel like Rona forced them to talk to me more. Like, everybody in my family has an iPhone, like, we're FaceTiming each other, you know, like, hey, how are you doing, and everything like that. So I definitely feel like, because being so far away, like, I can't even tell you how many miles I am officially away. Like, I'm an oceans apart from, you know, being in China and my family being in Arizona. Like, it's pretty far. It's nice to be able to have this digital age advance just a little bit more, because now everything is online. And when you think like, oh, that probably can't be done, like, no, actually it can, because as long as you have the internet, it's totally possible. And the last thing, so you were talking about your single cousin. Like, what's up? Like, how old is your cousin?
It's really crazy, because as soon as I said that about my single cousin, I was like, huh. But I must let you know, my cousin has given up on 2020. But I'll definitely give you a plug. You know, I have no problem with that. You touched on a few things: Creative Start, and then Stumble. I have loved watching the episodes. I think I've missed one. They have been extremely well written, and I've really enjoyed them. You've done a good job in spite of the situation, and I commend you for that. Continue to do what you're doing. I like how you mentioned that you pay people to help you. That's one thing I've tried to be big on whenever I can. Even like the logo for my channel, which is Planet Robb. My brother actually did the logo because I wanted something that he did, and he's an artist, and I wanted to make sure that I did pay him for his skill and his talent. So I'm very happy to hear that you do that. What was I going to say? Like, so what is one thing that Corona has taken away from you that you miss being able to do, other than recording with people? Because eventually I'm sure you'll be able to do that, but something other than that. And you also mentioned that.
I appreciate the cousin plug. Okay, I really do. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Your cousin may just be my little spirit animal, because the fact that he just doesn't want to do anything else for 2020, I feel like that often. I really do. I'm just like, maybe just take a nap and wake up in 2021. You know? It's hard. I get it. That whole dating thing too. Whew. That is an episode for another day. Honestly, that's an entire series. It really is, which is why Stumble, plugging again, is a thing that's being written, because truly yeah. Anyways, we're not talking about that now. I absolutely love the fact that you paid your brother, okay, to do your logo. Whew, I am huge on this. Like, why is it okay for you or anybody else to pay tickets to go to a concert, to buy some art from a celebrity who has a name, and you're gonna pay full price? Why do we feel the need to give discounts or need to ask for a discount from a family or a friend? I went to school for this. I paid money to have this knowledge. Why am I going to short sell myself for a discount? No. That's not what we're doing here. Like, you should be able to pay full price, and I should be able to pay full price, because I believe in you and I believe in your craft. You know what I mean? I try really hard to support friends, and I get it. You know, we want to like give each other a little discount. I get it. I really do. I honestly do. But at the end of the day, like, people should be able to pay full price. And, you know, we should just be able to support each other with that. And that's okay. And nobody should ever feel bad about not giving a discount. No, never. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the compliment. And yeah, this has been a lot of hard work. It's not easy, because there are other things that I need, you know, like literally we're writing it, we're filming it. Like, I'm the camera woman, I'm the director, I'm acting in it. Like, it's a lot, but I love it. I love it so much, and I want to do it every day for the rest of my life. I really do. As much as I love teaching my students, eventually that journey will come to an end, and I will take this on full time. I love waking up and thinking about, okay, what can I create today? Because a lot of the stuff that I create, and me personally, like what I write, is based on my life. You know, like certain things have happened. So even if you, even if like you're watching something that's on Creative Star Productions, some sort of moment in every sketch that's written, it is something that I've gone through in my life personally. So yeah, I think that's quite interesting. Not everything has happened, but it's always based on something that has happened in my life, and probably like a moment that has happened, and then it kind of spirals, and then like we recreate and write other things like to add to that. So yeah, it's been great, and I really do enjoy it. I don't have a GoFundMe. I haven't thought about creating something like that. I've been looking for like grants and things. If you could direct me in that, you know, direction, grants, or if you just know people who are like, hey, I'm looking for people to sponsor. Like, I'm always looking for sponsors, definitely to help go towards like, you know, salaries of people that I want to put into my productions. So yeah, we can definitely talk about that later for sure, because those are the things that I'm looking for. One of the things that Rona has messed up for me, and has really changed, and I'm like, when can I do this again, is traveling. Man, I just got bitten by that travel bug, and I hadn't, like, I had been traveling ever since. Like, the first country that I ever came to was China, let alone to like come and like be here, like to visit, but also to live. I had never been abroad before, never in my life. Oh gosh, how old was I when I left? I don't even remember. I'm 35 now, so 31. I left, and I didn't look back. And it's been a great journey being able to travel to all these different countries. I've been to 16 different countries since I've left, and my goal was to travel to 20 countries in 2020, and that was my thought in 2019. 2020 is like, girl, sit your... Ooh, I'm sorry. Sit down, okay? Like, sit down. Like, you ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. I actually was able to escape before, like, stuff really happened and, like, hit the fan. During my break, when it was, like, a normal break before everything went crazy, to Malaysia, I think. Was it Malaysia? I think it was Malaysia. I don't remember. But I was able to get to a beach, and yeah, that was the last place I traveled to in 2020. And normally at this point in a year average for me, traveling, like being in September, I would have already traveled to at least, well, I just had an entire summer, so who knows where I would have traveled to. But at this point, like last year, I had already traveled to 7 countries, you know, so like I travel a lot and fast because I really want to see the rest of the world. Like my goal is to like be able to see as much of the world as possible. And it has been very hard not being able to travel. We were allowed to travel within China for the summer, but we had to come back at a certain point to be able to quarantine if we needed to. Like, because there are still some places that are higher risk, but medium and then like low risk. However, I just honestly wanted to focus on Creative Star Productions for the summer, and we just wrote and filmed, like wrote, produced, and we got out like 10 sketches over the summer, which is really, really nice. So I didn't go anywhere, and I probably can be honest in saying that the travel bug for me I didn't have it, you know. I just was not really motivated to travel. But now that school has started back up and I'm gonna need a break, like I need to travel again. I really, really need to travel again because I honestly do miss it. I love traveling. And yeah, before started traveling like abroad, the reason why I got my passport was because I was moving to China. Like that was the reason why I had never had a passport before, and now my passport is filled like with so many stamps, and I just absolutely love it. But I miss it, and I need more stamps in my passport. So come on, Rona, let's disappear.
Man, you preached on so many levels to me, and I don't even feel like I could adequately respond to everything. Travel really kind of threw me off, only because I assumed in the fact that you were going to China that you had been so many places. And now hearing that that's the reason why you got your passport, that's epic. And not an epic in a bad way, but you know, to go from 0 to visiting, I think you said 7 countries last year this time. Crazy. Like that is wow. So I commend you on that. And I really hope that Corona gets out of here ASAP, because 20 countries in 2020 sounds epic. I don't know if 21 countries in 2021 has the same ring to it, but I mean, if that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be. And I feel like the energy I'm getting right now from you is you would have got there. So kind of sucks, but hey, maybe 20 in 2021 kind of has a nice ring to it too. So if it has to be next year, take that. But to make sure that I don't take up too much more of your time, the biggest question I have, and I think I already know your answer based on your last answer, is what will normal, quote unquote, look like to you when the Rona is over?
Yeah, you know, 21 and 2021 is a mouthful, but it might work. I mean, I'm still holding on to 20 and 2020 because it's, you know, it's a lot easier. But I think I can make 21 and 2021 have a good ring to it. And yes, when people get their senses together and stop being selfish and realize that there are more people in this world than just them, what would look normal to me is being able to go wherever I want, whenever I want, without being restricted. And not just terms of traveling, but, you know, like walking outside without having to wear a mask, Although, I'm not gonna lie, I just might have to keep the mask because people's breath be hot, and sometimes I don't like smiling. So you know what? I think I might keep the mask. But I want to be able to choose whether or not, like, oh, I can walk outside without a mask today. Like, I want to be able to choose that. Like, right now, I don't really have a choice. I'm a free bird, and I do what I want when I want. But Rona's just, she's like, no, girl, just sit down. I'm like, okay, well, I'm tired of sitting. I'd like to get up and go. I think that the first country that I would love to visit when this is all said and done is Bali. I'm thinking about the Instagram pictures, like I'm just ready. I'm so ready, like just ready. I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait. It's going to be a lovely day. It really is when that happens. Because honestly, y'all ain't going to be able to catch Detra. Y'all going to be like, where's Detra at? We don't know. Somewhere around this world. Because it ain't going to be here. And it ain't going to be at home. I'm going to be out. Okay? I'm going to be traveling some more.
Oh my God. Oh man, I have to respect that. I have to respect that. And I love the fact you said Bali and you said for the Instagram pictures, because I've never had a desire to go. Ever. Still don't. But the thought of those pictures though, oh man. I mean, I know I told you that the only place I was really thinking about going is Dubai, but maybe Bali might have to get on the list. I also like the fact that you said, it's a thought that I've had, because some days it is nicer to wear a mask for the simple fact that I don't have to smile as much. But I think for a while, for at least 2021, I'll probably have a mask on me at all times. It's just like a part of my wardrobe now, watch, wedding ring, bracelet, mask, phone, house keys, like that kind of situation. It's just one of the things that I pick up on my way out of the door. So now I've asked all my questions. I thank you so much for being here. Is there anything that you would just like to talk about? If you would like to plug some more things, please do that. Let's plug them all. Of course, I'm going to throw links on the video. Is there anything else you want to just touch on, talk about? The floor is yours.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm happy to be here. Like, I really appreciate you wanting to interview me. It's an honor that you thought of me to be a part of your series. Like, love it. And I love that I'm the third person, so I feel like I'm pretty in there. So thank you. Yeah, absolutely gonna plug all of the things. So make sure you go to YouTube, and where you already are, you just need to search Creative Start Productions. You're going to find so many great things. Definitely will make you laugh. Some things might make you cry, but not just yet. I'm looking for a couple of things actually to help with Creative Start Productions. The first thing that I'm looking for is an editor. I'm looking for somebody who can edit videos for me, which is great because, hey, we're in the digital age now, so I could simply just email you. However, I can get the videos to you, and you can edit them that way and send it back. I'm also looking for a camera person. If you know somebody who is here in China, in Shanghai specifically, other cities are fine, but they'd have to be willing to travel. Please, by all means, send them my way. Also, if you want to sponsor and donate different things for this lovely indie production company, please, 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 I'm accepting any and all things. I absolutely appreciate it. Trying to get it off the ground and just really skyrocket and take it places. If you have any links to grants of such specifically for production companies, independent ones, please send me all of the information. I think the last thing that I want to say is it's okay to not be okay. This situation has been something that everybody has experienced in their own way. And whether you decided to start something big or, you just took the time to get dressed daily, whatever it is now for you, just remember to keep going. Times like this don't come around too often, but when they do, we have to kind of just take a moment to still appreciate life as much as we possibly can, and know that when we wake up, we're still here for a purpose, and that purpose, whether we know it or not, we're still here, so we can be grateful for that. I really appreciate you, Rob, and thank you so much for having me. Like, truly, it's been fun and having this conversation with you, and thanks for letting me plug all of the things.
D, thank you so much for joining. Like, seriously, it has been my pleasure to have you on my little channel, because I know you are doing big things. I know you're on your way to even bigger things. And I'm just glad that you took a little time to, take care of the little people, in this little endeavor. Absolutely. I will put every link. I will also put your email address just in case anyone wants to send any information to you directly. Thanks again for joining, and hopefully you have a great rest of your day, and we will definitely talk again soon.